Hello class 400, I'm Nick Teacher. Today is Monday, March 9th, 2020. And today we're going to be doing themes for today, page 172 to 179. So pause the video to open up your favorite book, themes for today, and then we will get started, okay? Pause, okay. Pre-reading preparation. So what kinds of evidence can prove that a person committed a crime? Work with a partner, look at all the list of clues below, and decide what type of crime these clues might help solve. Some clues may help solve more than one kind of crime. When you are finished, compare your ideas with your other classmates' ideas. Are your ideas the same? So, we have these lists of clues here. Blood, bullets, clothing fibers, dirt, fingerprints, footprints, hair, pieces of glass, and what's this? A ransom note. Okay, so a ransom note is when you kidnap someone and you leave a note and you say, give me $1 million and I will give you this person back. So what you do here is you are going to write what type of crime needs blood. Like if you find blood, which type of crime can help solve it? So I'll give you an example for blood. If there's a murder and there's blood there, that can help you solve the crime. Maybe if there's a fight or a robbery, there's a bunch. So for each type of clue or evidence, you have to write what crime it can be associated with or it can be tied to. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So pause the video, and then when you're done, we will go on to the next part. So pause, do this. Okay, number 2. Think of a crime that you heard about or read about. Describe it to your partner. What clues did the police use to help them solve this crime? So for number 2, if you don't have a partner, you can talk to your parents about a crime that you recently read about. And you can talk about the clues that they used to solve it, what did they find, how did they do it. So that's number 2. Number 3, read the title of the story. What do you think the reading will be about? So, number 2 and number 3 you can do on your own. So pause the video, do it very quickly, and then we are going to move on. So pause. Okay, so I will read the paragraph, and then you will answer questions 1 to 4, okay? If you wanted to solve a crime, such as a robbery or a murder, how would you start? What types of evidence would you look for? Crime experts all have a basic principle or belief. A criminal always brings something to the scene of a crime and always leaves something there. As a result, crime experts always begin their criminal investigation with a careful examination of the place where the crime occurred. Okay. So pause the video, answer questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then come back, and then we're going to correct it together, okay? Okay, so let's erase the board here so I can write down the answers. So question number 1. A crime expert is A, a professional at committing crimes, or B, a professional at solving crimes. So, the answer to number 1 is B. So, number 1, answer is B. Okay? Number 2, a principle is A, an idea, B, evidence, or C, a belief. The answer here is C, a belief. Number 3. What do crime experts think? They think that criminals are not usually very careful. They think that they can solve every crime that occurs. They think that they will always find clues at the scene of the crime. The answer here is C. So C is they think that they will always find clues at the scene of a crime. Number 4, what do you think the next paragraph will discuss? So that's on you guys. If you look at the next paragraph, you probably think that it'll be talking about evidence. So things that a criminal will leave at the scene of a crime, okay? So make sure you have the right answers. BCC, right? BCC, yes. I'm going to read the next paragraph, okay? When criminal investigators arrive at the scene of a crime, they look for evidence or clues from the criminal. This evidence includes footprints, fingerprints, lip prints on glasses, hair, blood, clothing fibers, and bullet shells. These are all clues that the criminal may have left behind. Some clues are taken to laboratories and analyzed. For instance, fingerprints are lifted from a glass, a door, or a table. They are examined and compared by a computer with the millions of fingerprints on file with the police, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and other agencies. So, pause the video, do questions 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we will correct together, okay? Pause. Okay, welcome back. So, question number 5. The scene of a crime is A, a part of a movie, B, the place where the crime occurred, or C, a description of the crime. The answer for number 5 is B, the place where the crime occurred. So, 5, the answer is B. Number 6. When criminal investigators are at the scene of a crime, they look for evidence or clues from the criminal. Evidence means 1, clues, 2, criminals, or 3, beliefs. So for A, the answer is 1, clues. So 6 will say A is 1, and B. Some examples of clues are footprints, fingerprints, lip prints on glasses, hair, blood, clothing fibers, and bullet shells. So we'll just say footprints. How far do we got? Oh, you can't read that because of the glare. Footprints, fingerprints, hair, blood. Okay, you get it. You understand. All right, number 7. Fingerprints are lifted from a glass, a door, or a table. Then, experts analyze them in a laboratory. So the answer to number 7 is, in this sentence, lifted means A, found, B, taken, or C, examined. And the answer here is B, taken. So, B. To lift a fingerprint is to take a fingerprint so you can look at it later. Number 8, what do you think the next part of the story will discuss? Well, if I had to take a guess, it will probably talk about what you do with the evidence once you have gathered it. So what you do in the lab, and so on and so forth. So pause the video to make sure you have the right answers, and then we are going to go on to, I'm going to read the next part, we'll do more questions. So, pause. Okay, welcome back. In the case of murder, experts examine blood and compare it to the blood of the victim. If the blood isn't the victim's, then it might be the murderer's. Furthermore, experts can analyze the DNA from a person's cells, such as skin cells. Like fingerprints, each person's DNA is unique, which means that everyone's DNA is different. These clues help to identify the criminal. In some cases, a criminal uses a gun when committing a crime. Every gun leaves distinctive marks on a bullet when the gun is fired. The police may find a bullet at the scene or recover a bullet from a victim's body. Experts can examine the markings on the bullet and prove that it was fired from a specific gun. This clue is strong evidence that the owner of the gun may be guilty. Consequently, the police will suspect that this person committed the crime. So pause the video to answer questions 9, 10, 11, just 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? So, questions 9 to 15. Pause the video and then we will correct together, okay? Pause. Okay, welcome back. So, I want to avoid this glare right here, so I'm going to have to write, okay, here, the glare. Okay, so I'm not going to draw anything right there. So, number 9. Number 9, can we see that? We can see that. In the case of murder, experts examine blood and compare it to the blood of the victim. A victim is A, the person who committed the crime, or B, the person the crime is committed against. The answer here is B, the person the crime is committed against. So answer to 9 is B. All right. Number 10. Furthermore, experts can analyze the DNA from a person's cell, such as skin cells. So, furthermore means in addition, farther away, however. And the answer here is A, in addition. A. Whoops, got 11. That's my mistake. 11. Okay. Like fingerprints, each person's DNA is unique, which means that everyone's DNA is different. So, A, unique means number 1, from a person's body, number 2, original, individual, or number 3, special. Now for this question, the real answer is number 2, original or individual. But if you answered 3, that is also okay. So the answer can be number 2 or 3 for A. So A, 2, or 3. If you answered number 2, that's the real answer. But number 3 is also correct, okay? And B, which of the following sentences is true? Each person's DNA and fingerprints are different from every other person's. Number 2, each person's DNA is different from every other person's, but their fingerprints are not. Number 3, each person's fingerprints are different from every other person's, but their DNA is not. The answer is number 1. Each person's DNA and fingerprints are different from every other person. So B, answer is number 1. Let's move on to question 12. Okay. Every gun leaves distinctive marks on a bullet when the gun is fired. Distinctive means 1, particular, unique, 2, thick, heavy, or 3, straight, lined. The answer here is number 1, particular and unique. So number 1. Question 13. A gun's owner is the person who used the gun, the person that the gun belongs to, the person who found the gun. So for number 13, the owner is the person that the gun belongs to, so B. Okay? 14, the police suspect that a person has committed a crime. This sentence means that the police are sure that a specific person has committed a crime, or 2, the police believe that a specific person has committed a crime. The answer here is 2, the police believe that a specific person has committed a crime. So 14, the answer is 2. And question 15. Consequently, the police will suspect that this person committed the crime. Consequently means A, in addition, B, however, or C, as a result. The answer here is C, as a result. Okay, so pause the video to make sure you have the right answers. And then we're going to move on. Okay? Okay, the last paragraph says, clues from the scene of a crime help the police identify a suspect. If other evidence supports these clues, then the police can charge the suspect with the crime. It is important to remember, however, that in the United States, a person is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, so pause the video to answer questions 16, 17, and then we'll come back and correct, okay? So pause. Okay, welcome back. So, question 16. The police charge a person with a crime when A, they find a gun that belongs to that person. B, they have blood and bullets from the scene of the crime. Or C, they have evidence to show that the person may have committed the crime. The answer here is C. They have evidence to show that the person may have committed the crime. So, question 16. Answer C. Let's move on to 17. The words innocent and guilty have the opposite meaning or have the same meaning. The answer is number 1, have the opposite meaning. Number 1. When you are innocent, it means you did not do the crime. And when you are guilty, it means you did do the crime. An innocent person, number 1, committed a crime, or number 2, did not commit a crime. Answer is number 2, did not commit the crime. So this is B, this is an 18. So, did not commit the crime. And number 3, a guilty person committed a crime, did not commit a crime. A guilty person committed the crime, so number 1. Okay, those are the answers. Make sure you have them. Pause the video to make sure they're correct. All right. So now you guys have to read page 178. Read the whole thing. We just read it, but I want you to reread it. Okay? And then we are going to answer question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Just pause the video. Okay, hope you had fun reading. Now let's answer questions 1 to 5. So, what do all crime experts believe in? Well, crime experts always begin their criminal investigation with a careful examination of the place where the crime occurred. That's true, but another answer, which is probably a better answer, is, if we read, it says, criminals always bring something to the scene of a crime and always leave something there. So the answer, can we see this? Okay. Criminals always bring something to the scene of the crime and always leave something there. Okay? Let's see if we can just move this up a bit, just so you have a little bit better view. Hold on. Okay. Now that glare is even worse. Okay. Oh, my head's blocking it. There you go. Okay. Criminals always bring something to the scene of the crime and always leave something there. Okay? Okay, let's read question 2. Why are fingerprints from the scene of a crime compared with the fingerprints on file with the FBI, the police, and other agencies? The answer here is because the person who committed the crime may have his or her fingerprints on file. So, the person who committed the crime may have their fingerprints Okay? Number 3, if the blood found at the scene of a murder isn't the victim's blood, why might it be the murderer's blood? Well, they maybe had a fight, or maybe the murderer got hurt and started bleeding. Okay? The murderer may have been hurt and bled. Can we see that? Okay, we can do number 4 too. Why are blood, skin, and fingerprints so important to crime experts? Well, that's because blood, skin, and fingerprints all have DNA, and as we know, DNA is unique to each person. So they all have DNA, making it easier to find the criminal. Okay? And number 5, what is the main idea of the story? Criminals often leave clues at the scene of a crime. Fingerprints and bullets are important evidence of crimes. Crime experts analyze a variety of clues to identify criminals. The answer here is C. Okay? So 5, C. Okay. That's our lesson for today. Make sure you have these answers, so pause the video if you want. If you have any questions, email any teacher and we can help you. That's our lesson, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys.